we don't want to support you, because that's something that's a no-brainer, obvious thing that can help the world. So that's my take. And
well, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. People are really passionate about hemp and things. For me, it's a 10th Amendment issue. The feds shouldn't be in the states. They shouldn't be doing all these armed raids. But again, it's about them totally controlling every facet of our lives. Now they're going after folks with gardens growing tomatoes. I mean, this is what it is to be a prisoner. They're trying to turn America into a prison right now. And the jail guards of the TSA now going on the streets, and there are little PSA announcements everywhere about how they're going to stick their hands down your pants to save you, and little brainwashed idiots on power trips. I mean, it's just, it's beyond pathetic. Jason in Canada. You're on the air, Jason.
How you doing, Alex?
Good.
I live up here on Georgian Bay, and we've had a mass kill-off of waterfowl. And there's been quite a bit of cover-up about it. The government's acknowledging the kill-off, but only in a few thousands. We're talking tens of thousands, moving them out in dump trucks with front-end loaders cleaning off the beaches.
Are you talking about seagulls dying?
No. I'm talking about morgansers, cormorants, you name it, every kind of species of ducks, you name it. Canadian geese, we got dovetails, we got, you name it. I was out in the water, and they were washing ashore. I was sailing, and they were washing ashore in the thousands within an hour period.
What's amazing is when they have all these red tides now because of the fertilizer running into the sea, and now they get so bad you can't even breathe 20 miles in. And in fact, we just found an article on it. For some reason, it's blown out on screen. Maybe run it through the other computer. I don't know why that does that. But and they had just bulldozers everywhere just scooping up the tens of thousands of dead fish quickly. And they're telling everybody, everything's fine. It's normal. It's normal.
That's exactly it. The police report that went out, the police officer only spoke of his jurisdiction, which was only a 3-kilometer stretch of 27 that's affected. So that's like almost 20 miles of beach where literally you can walk every yard. There's a dead bird, and some places it's 2 or 3 birds per foot.
Yeah, they're saying it's botulism.
Yeah, well, I've been looking up at it. We've sent this has been going on for months. We're in my little embayment here, and we've sent out stuff for the government testing over a month ago and haven't received anything back. Now there's been some strange stuff. They've been sending out mobile radiation monitoring teams. Okay, these are like what do you call them? Media.
Well, I saw a thing in Canada where the reactor was leaking a bunch, but they said don't worry.
Well, this would be downwind of Bruce Power, essentially where I am. But
wait a minute. The U.S. government has raised isotope levels to 100,000 times what they previously said was safe. So if the government now says if you eat a bucket of cyanide, it's good for you, according to them, it magically won't hurt you. I mean, 20 years ago, they wouldn't let the troops use DU, but now they do. I mean, you know, it kills them. It takes a few decades.
Okay.
I mean, so but hold on, sir. The government, the loving helper group.
The thing is that all these things were documented in front of the news reporters, and none of them reported on it. I did some research here, and some of the symptoms of this type E botulism, they're calling it, are similar symptoms of barium salt poisoning. Now, barium salts have been linked towards chemtrails, as you know.
Sir, 16 years ago, they, denied that existed, but now they admit it. But spraying you with barium salt is loving.
Okay,
loving.
I use a lot of your government's data resources for weather. Now you have an association called
Sir,
NOAA.
call it our loving, gracious helper government.
Well, I find NOAA kind of...
Sir, please give them a title. Hold on, put him on hold. Jason, when you address the U.S. government, you must call them Supreme Loving Helper, Command, Grand Excellency, Friends of All, Sweetie Cakes, Pure as the driven snow, want to help you. 100,000 times radioactive isotopes is safe. Mercury in vaccines is good for you. I mean, come on now, Jason. Please show some respect to people who openly, publicly say they spike our food and water to help kill us. I mean, these are good people. Don't be an extremist, Jason, okay?
I apologize. These supreme overlords that monitor
Supreme overlord helpers.
Overlord helpers. Openly are publishing their chemtrail experiments or whatever you want to call them.
Well, you need to be more thankful for them spraying you with aluminum.
Satellite photos over the Great Lakes are showing it in time caption.
You should be thankful the birds and fish are all dying. And the bees are dying. This is freedom.
Like people deny chemtrails, but X's in clouds never.
No. And they admit they're chemtrailing us. It's admitted.
Okay, well, I just wondered if you wanted to pull up a website to your viewers and show them chemtrailing over Detroit and
Sir, they're doing it all over the world. I appreciate your call, Jason, and of course, thank you, and thank you for telling us about the botulism. I didn't know about that or whatever they. I mean, why don't they just tell the birds, hey, the government now says you can have 100,000 times more botulism and you'll be safe, and if the government, like the EPA. Puts out a decree and says, well, this isotope we're raising 2,500 times what's safe, and this one 100,000 times. The EPA did that 4 or 5 months ago. I mean, if they just do that, then it makes the radiation safe. So the government could just start, saying the botulism does not hurt the birds, and then they wouldn't all be dying en masse, as we just showed. I mean, see? If DU 21 years ago couldn't be used because the Pentagon's own manuals that we showed on air said that it ignites going out the barrel and gives you a deadly dose that reduces your life expectancy and causes all this cancer. But see, then the government just started ignoring that manual. Government didn't even need to write a new one saying it was safe. They just ignored the manual. I mean, you just need your prime minister to literally wave a magic wand. In fact, you don't even need a magic wand. Just have him wave a magic paper bag and just say, I, the government, say botulism does not hurt the birds. And then, but he has to do it 3 times. Does not hurt the bird. And then go, ugh. And then if you do that, I see, I'm starting to become sane now. I'm starting to realize the government loves me. Oh, my God, I can't handle it anymore. These people are completely insane. You got a bunch of con artists that don't give a damn. And any program, the scientists bring them to be control freaks or poison people. They're like, oh, yes, do it. And it's just total psycho world. And but they said, 100,000 times now that particular isotope's safe. I mean, they said so. So they could say, let's say this little thing of hot sauce, and I was with my breakfast tacos. Let's say it was cyanide, pure cyanide. That'd be enough to kill about 200 people, conservatively, or 20, 30 elephants. But if the government went like with DU or radiate, no longer a problem. Well, then you could just drink it. Of course, don't actually try that at home; it'll kill you. But I don't. That was anti-government. Ooh, that was a conspiracy theory. Now if you have an opinion or a view or know a fact, and it goes against what our loving leaders are saying, then it's a conspiracy theory. It's kind of like O'Brien in 1984 is torturing Winston, and he says, Winston, we can suspend the laws of gravity. Winston goes, no, you can't. And he goes, yeah, you don't think we can have scientists come up with a system? We'll still have another for navigating ships and aircraft and things, but we'll have a system and you will believe it. And the children will be taught there's no gravity. Or that the stars are only 100 feet up in the sky. And he says, you don't believe it? I'm going to keep torturing you till you're totally mentally broken. Here, let's... But see, they don't have to do that now. They just say, it's trendy. And people go, oh, my God, it's trendy. Then there's no gravity. Cyanide's good for them. DU. Okay, let's go to this video report on brain-eating vaccines, because soon, they'll be able to re-engineer your brain. They're announcing this, so you will believe whatever they say. And no more depression, no more pain. No, the government. Just take the body snatcher shot. It's for the children. Oh, when you don't want to take the shot, they're releasing the mosquitoes that'll give you the loving nanotech. That's what it is, an engineered virus. It's basically nanotech. and that re-engineers your brain. And, oh, they're coming out with it. It'll be fortified in the vegetables. And the police will come by. And they'll make sure you do it because, after all, after you've had this, there's going to be no more pain. Nothing but loving our leaders, our caring people. They're good people. Microphones and streetlights are good. Come on, America. Don't give to the InfoWars, MoneyBomb.com. Don't give. Don't support PrisonPlanet.tv, alternative media, in the face of all this. This show is extremism. This show is insane. This show doesn't think that 1984 is an instruction manual. Please. Janet Napolitano cares about you. By the way, in 20 minutes, the bids are over at eBay for Tyranny Crusher 2. You can find the link to it at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. We'll be back in about 15 minutes to kick off the official transmission, the final 3 hours. And we're awaiting a call from Jesse Ventura, who in an hour and 20 minutes from now is set to give a press conference. We got to try to get a local news feed and carry that if we can. We got Alan Watt coming up. We got a lot more. So Jim Mars. But maybe if the government says Jim Mars doesn't exist, even if he's standing right there in all of his resplendent garden gnomishness, then he doesn't. The government loves me. Prozac. It's all happy. All right, let's go ahead and go to that tape. Here it is. My friends, please pay attention to the information I'm about to cover and research the links that we'll post below this video so that you understand none of this is my opinion, it is fact. This issue is the most important issue going on in the world. It is scientific tyranny. I've read literally hundreds of government white papers and documents and books like Eco-Science, where the White House science czar talks about forcibly drugging the water to dumb you down and sterilize you. But now, they're in the New York Times and Time Magazine and everywhere, and all the major medical journals promoting not only drugging the water with lithium, which, by the way, they're already doing, but now they're announcing it, to make you servile. But now they are admitting that they plan to deploy something I learned about a decade ago. Hundreds of different vaccines. They're really biological re-engineering live viruses that they inject into your body, and the live viruses go in and attack your brain. And they claim, oh, it's to stop drug addiction. Those same receptor sites that pick up opiates and nicotine and alcohol pick up your normal endorphins. It's part of being a normal human being. Those drugs mimic that. And the viruses attack those receptor sites and kill them and create dead tissue. It is a vaccine-induced live virus lobotomy. Now they're coming out and saying the American people and the people of the world are sick. And major medical journals are saying we need to give everybody these shots to make them feel better, to stop having anxiety, to stop being angry. In other words, to take away your instinct for self-preservation, your will to survive, to make you accept all the bad things that are happening, to turn you into a biological android, a type of zombie. You cannot make this up. Please send this video to everyone you know. For God's sakes, understand how serious this is. This is a global, scientific, corporate takeover of life itself. The globalists aren't just re-engineering corn and wheat and every other major crop and engineering sterilants into them. Suddenly, all over the news, they're promoting lithium and Prozac and other drugs in the water. Head bioethicist at Cambridge, they're the people that advise and set medical policy for doctors, are announcing they want to force drug you, and they're calling it cognitive enhancement. I've got a CBS News piece where they say that mercury helps your intelligence when everyone knows it causes brain damage.
Mercury-containing vaccines may help, not harm kids, according to 2 new studies in the journal Pediatrics.
So when they say cognitive enhancement, they mean cognitive brain damage. They mean taking your essence, literally your psyche, who you are, away. And they sit up there saying, well, if we put Prozac in the water, it'll cut suicide, when it's admitted that Prozac on its insert can cause suicide. I have mainstream news articles that have just come out in the last few days in England where people have a 10-fold increase in convulsions and they develop epilepsy after the flu shot. I talked to top scientists who studied the flu shot last year and found